Yeah! Here we go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
Who Day, and I am just excited.
I'm excited to sit here. Y'all can't see all my Saints fans.
And show with a Hall of Fame quarterback that he can get back to when he was a number 4 overall pick.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy. Give it to me. Give it to me, LeDuc. All right. We got the Titans and the Colts tonight. We're in the AFC South. Let's get our introduction started. Welcome first from the Titans, Titan Rossi. Welcome in, my friend.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you, my friend. And CJ, the Colts fan, on top of that. Welcome in, representing the Colts. Welcome in, my friend.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me, fellas. Whoa. I'm just here. I'm just here
Sorry,
so I don't get fined. I'm kidding. Nah, you good.
And of course, introducing my co-host with the mostest, Mr. Sophistication himself, Andrew LeDuc. Welcome into the studio.
Ready to party as always.
Let's get it on. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Give us a like, throw a comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Little things stopping you from doing it, big things popping for us when you do, so we do appreciate it. All right, we got a big show tonight. We got a lot of stuff to get in and a little bit of time, so sit back, relax. Let's hit the summer rewind. All right, a lot of things happened during this offseason. Let's start with free agency. Let's go to Titan Rossi just because he's right there at the bottom and I can just swing to the right here. Let's go to Titan Rossi first. Do me a solid. Give me a grade on your free agency period and expand on some of the guys that you saw come in.
Yeah, I mean, I would say honestly, like a B or B minus. One of the things that the Titans have been terrible at the last few years is the offensive line. I mean, everybody's been sacking the quarterback. The whole AFC South has been sacking our quarterback all the time, especially the Colts. But that's why I booed them. But no, Cody Barton was a great pickup, the linebacker. I believe he was out of Washington, possibly, or he might have played for, or possibly the Raiders. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But he's a really good pickup. He's been great in the camp. He's all over the ball. Then you have Xavier Woods, the safety, which I think is a decent pickup for what they need. But that tackle position, Dan Moore Jr., the guy they got from the Steelers, he let up 10 sacks last season. And they gave him, a pretty good amount of money. And a lot of Titans fans were scratching their heads on that one because the Titans have missed at the tackle position. They moved Latham, the rookie from last year, over to right tackle, his original position. So it's, I'd say like a B at this point.
Being modest, that's the way you run it here. I like that a lot. Don't forget, of course, that what we all like in the fantasy realm, we got Tyler Lockett now with the Titans, so we're curious to see how he fits in that.
I forgot about Lockett. Yeah, him too. I'm excited about Lockett. I haven't heard much about him in camp so far. He's made a couple plays. But I'm excited about him too. See, if he's still got some juice left and he can, still get out there and be productive.
And the good thing about him too is coming over from Seattle. We just did our Seattle 49ers show, and Tyler Lockett has made a lot of yards with Seattle. So you're getting that veteran experience with a team that's got a lot of young receivers. So I think that'll be a big plus for you guys as well. Let's move on to CJ. Let's talk about your free agency. Give me a grade on the Colts free agency and, talk about some of the guys you like.
I'm going to go B+. And the only reason why I'm going to say that is secondary was a major issue. Kenny Moore has kind of been a de facto number one when he is just more comfortably, and I'm going to say just plays much better in the slot. I mean, he did well enough, but you need to have somebody who's going to be able to guard those number ones. So I feel like going after somebody like Ward, who had that experience last season, didn't go so well. He had personal things off the field, and also getting Cam Bynum from Minnesota was a great thing because you have somebody opposite him that makes sure that Rodney Thomas never sees the field. Neville Armstrong was a low key pickup that we had. We got him from the Rams, so that means that we have depth at D tackle, and also we have young depth. So we're not, we're not trying to rely on older guys to hopefully come in and be better than they have been for the 6-7 years they've been in the league. So I mean, honestly, I think just those free agency moves alone allowed us to be able to just address some areas that needed to be addressed, and then just open up those big things for the draft. So that's why I'm going to say B plus is right where we're at. Yeah.
And kept some of the talent that there was there as well. So, some good stuff for the Colts there in the offseason for sure. Let's go to Titan Rossi on the, not free agents. Talk about that draft. Give me a grade on the Titans draft and expand on some of the guys that you like seeing coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what they did in the draft. As far as I would say I'm trying to think what I gave them in our little draft show. I think I gave them like a B plus. But I like what they did. I mean, Cam Ward, like, not much that needs to be said about him. I mean, it was criminal how little they talked about him, like the least talked about. They made a big deal about that, like the least talked about number one pick ever. And it was basically just because he's on the Titans, which sucks being a Titans fan, because nobody ever talks about us. But yeah, I love the Cam Ward pickup. Like he's done really well so far in camp. He's had a few things here and there, but all in all, he's looking pretty good. The number 2 pick was kind of a head scratcher, a little bit. Like I feel like they probably could have got him a little later. Olu Aladejo, I think's how you say it. I probably butchered that,
I
but
think that song
anyway,
was in Beetlejuice.
Sounds like a nightmare.
right. Right. But he's kind of a project player, so I think people need to kind of tamper their expectations of him this season. But I think the plus side is he could be awesome. Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State, love that freaking pickup. The safety, he's already like making waves in camp. Looks great out there. Now another head scratcher was DK out of Florida, the wide receiver. Like a lot of people had him going in like the 6th round. But he has good speed. He's made some plays. Gunnar Helm out of Texas, the tight end, love him. Alec Manor, a lot of people thought they could have got him at DK's spot at number 4. And he's looked really good in camp. Jackson Slater, the guard, Marcus Harris, the cornerback, and Mollings out of Michigan, the running back. I really like the draft. I would give it like a B plus. And I like it overall.
So, ironically, on Wednesdays during the season, I do a show with ex-Titan tight end Ben Troop, and he likes to cover. He's an ex-Gator, so he likes to do college. And to be quite frank, I got 4 kids, got a busy life. Like I only got one day I can dedicate to football, and that's my Sunday, and nobody messes with that. So Saturday is kind of hit or miss for me, and I don't get to watch a lot of college football. But I'm a fan of America's team, the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, I watch Hurricanes football because I'm from Miami. And I will say, and I'm not being biased because Ben forced me to watch other games that I didn't really want to watch. And I'm telling you, I kept saying it on the show, and I'll say it again. Cam Ward is the most pro-ready quarterback I have seen in a long time. The way he reads the field and the things that he does, I really am excited to see what he does in a Titans uniform. So I just wanted to get that out there because I know, like you said, not a lot of people were hyping him up, not talking about him a lot, but I think that they're going to be talking about him a lot more once the season begins. So good stuff from you guys right there. Good pick. All right, CJ, what you think? Grade that draft for me. Tell me what you think, and talk about some of the guys you like.
Yeah, I mean, grade. I think grade once again. I went like B plus. And only reason why is just because I think first round, like Tyler Warren, I don't think it was a bad pick by any stretch of the imagination. But for me, I would have preferred going defense. I would have preferred like going. I know that like James Pierce Jr. Was a name that came up, and now of course I'm forgetting the guy's name, but the other one that went to the Falcons, completely forget. But I think they ended up picking him up because he dropped, and they were talking about he was a top 10 pick to begin with. But I think Tyler Warren was a much needed upgrade in a room that had for the most part been neglected for a few years. And then the next couple, like I wasn't familiar with JT Tuimoloau from Ohio State or like Justin Wally, but like after looking at tape, after seeing where they are, and then seeing how they fit into Lou Anarumo's defense, those guys I believe are going to have early impact when they're able to just go and just be rotated. And then also guys like DJ Giddens. I think he's going to be a good complement to Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to actually be like the much needed catching threat out the backfield because, we all know that we need running backs that can catch out the backfield, i.e., the last game with the Texans 2 years ago. So that's the reason why I think honestly, like at first, if you look at the draft, like when the draft is happening, you're just like, what the hell is this? But I think now you're looking at it, you're like, okay, all right, this makes sense. So that's why I still give that a B plus.
I like it. I like it. It's tough to grade these things. I mean, these guys got to get on the team, right spot, right team. You just never know. I know, like I said years ago, if you asked me, I would have told you Peyton Manning is never going to make it in the league because he's too skinny, and Ryan Leaf's the typical prototypical looking quarterback. So what the hell do I know, right? All right. We talked about what was. Let's talk about what is, and let's do some season predictions.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. They're gonna see some serious shit.
Serious is the word. All right, we're going to go through the skill position players, but at first, I'll go to you guys first. CJ, before we talk about your QB situation, give me the Colts record and how they finished this year.
Oh man. So so assuming that Anthony Richardson continues the development that he's had going thus far, and the defense is better than it was last year, I could see this if all things align properly. I'm going to say this is a team that could potentially be a 10-7 team. Now, if for some reason it doesn't, then I think we'll probably be in right around that 6-11 or 7-10 range. If for some reason the defense doesn't show up, Anthony Richardson just decides to just crap out completely. So, yes, I'm hoping for the former and not the latter.
I like the 10-7. I like how you paused, waiting for the laugh track after you said that. By the way,
It's a bold statement.
No, it's good. I like it.
I'm feeling bold today, baby. It's Monday.
I love it.
I like it. I like it. So right now, as you said, it feels like you're feeling like Anthony Richardson's going to be the starting QB, and then I hope they're rely on the franchise anyway. So last year he finished 24th. I know he dealt with some injury issues. Right now they have him ranked 28th on our end as far as fantasy is concerned. What do you feel like if he does come out and play this season? Could he be potential for more, or where do you think he could be?
I think he absolutely could be potential for more. And I think the best way to make sure that he does have that potential is not trying to put so much on his shoulders. For me personally, you have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Featuring Jonathan Taylor as your primary weapon, running the damn ball the way that you know you should, and then allowing him and AR to be able to open up the RPOs, open up the play action, being able to open up more of those things that will make defense kind of have to play up is going to open up the passing game. So that's the reason why like going to the run is going to be more important. Whereas last year, all they were doing was just basically saying, oh, here, we need to get chunk yards fast, chuck the ball down the field. And that, of course, didn't work out well. So, I mean, you do that in addition to the mechanics, looking better, his footwork looking better, him actually having a little bit of touch on the ball now, I think that's going to do dividends as long as he can do it consistently and remain healthy.
Remaining healthy is the key. If he gets those legs going, no, that's the key for fantasy. LeDuc, what do you think? You drafted Richardson this year?
I'm not. I hate the reason being because of injury history, because I do think that's a lazy reason. But unfortunately, with him and the Colts in general, their top 4 skill guys that have the best chance of actually providing something for this offense all have massive injury questions as far as their history and their durability. So it's such a tough spot to be in. But I would, as a BC fan and Anthony Richardson's short career at Boston College, I would love to see him succeed. But if I can get him real late in a draft, I'll take the chance then if it's a big enough bench. But I'm not drafting him as a QB1 or 2 right now.
I like it. All right, let's go. The only thing I'll just say real quick is because of his low projections, low ADP, he could be a potential big time get for a lot of people. So just to throw that out there, he might be scrambling at the waiver wire if he comes back to any form that he was a couple years ago. Let's go to Titans. Rossi, first, let's hear your prediction for these Titans. Give me their record. How far they go this year?
Yeah, and I actually I made a little prediction graphic the other day of like wins and losses for the team. And I actually originally, now I made one like a couple months ago and I said 6-11, and that was kind of before training camp. I'm going to give the Titans a 7-10 this season. And I think Cam Ward can definitely be the guy. Like, what I'm expecting out of Cam Ward this season is not like, I'm not expecting the guy to be like, and maybe he could be. I don't see him having. I think Washington kind of had the nucleus in a sense. I know they came out of nowhere, but if you looked at their roster compared to what the Titans have, the skill positions, the Titans, they got 2 rookie wide receivers. They got, Lockett, which is great, but he's, an aging wide receiver. And really your only true, and it's even debatable if Calvin Ridley's a true number 1. I mean, or not. A lot of people even consider Ridley a 2, but he's been great this season, or this offseason especially. But I think it's just going to be. I think the offense is going to struggle some. I think the offensive line is going to struggle again. I'm saying 7-10. And honestly, like I would be happy with 7 or 8 wins, considering where we were last season, because that's a 4-win improvement. That means Cam Ward is probably doing pretty well. He's probably improving through the season, and they got a pretty brutal schedule. Like if you really look at their schedule, I mean, they're playing. Obviously, they got the Texans twice, they got the Colts twice, they got Seattle. They're playing the 49ers. They got the Patriots with Mike Vrabel, and they're going to be better. I just think, and then they open up with the Broncos. They're playing the Rams. So it's not
Chiefs too.
Yeah, it's not as easy. Yeah, the Chiefs too. So it's not as easy as you would think. Oh, they were the worst team. They get the worst schedule. So if they get 7 wins, I'd be all right with that.
I like it. We'll skip the Cam Ward fantasy conversation because right now, quite frankly, we're just not sure what that's going to look like. So let's just go straight with, since we're on the Titans, let's go to the running backs. Tony Pollard finished in a fantasy perspective 21st overall as a running back. They got him ranked 24th this year. Tajay Spears was ranked 40th last year and, really came on at the end of the season. They got him ranked 47th. Just talking in general, what do you think, Titan Rossi? How did these guys perform this year? A little better, a little worse, or about the same?
Yeah, I think they want to get Tajay Spears more involved. I still expect Tony Pollard to kind of be about the same, to be honest. And maybe a little bit, I don't want to say the word worse, but a little bit less production. I think they really want to get Spears involved. He's healthier this offseason. And I think it'd be great to get Spears involved. So that's going to hurt Pollard's production a little bit. But I don't know. I would expect somewhat about the same.
All right. Sounds fair to me. LeDuc, you dropped in any of these guys?
So Pollard, I definitely think he's got a nice, safe flex floor, and I unfortunately don't think he's got too much of a ceiling to go beyond a back end RB2. But I agree. Tajay Spears is the guy that if you want to take a shot on someone being the big play guy for this team, Tajay Spears would be the guy coming out of the backfield. Hell, I even think they could mix in Mullings just because I think they like him enough that they're going to try to get him some touches. So in the end, I think Pollard's the safest guy here, but Spears has the ceiling for sure.
And you hear this a lot on our show because I say it a lot. All about the value. Spears coming in at such a low ADP, again, could be a potential good play for you since you'll get him so late. All right, CJ, this one ain't going to take much time, and I don't even ask LeDuc if he's drafting him. But tell me about Jonathan Taylor. Finished 12th last year. His ADP is 11th this year. What do you think?
I mean, I think that remains the same. What I will say is from a room standpoint, because like I said, we got DJ Giddens. I think the O line, because we did lose some guys on the O line, but I think with what we have now, it's going to be a little bit more run centric, and I think that's actually going to be able to help Jonathan Taylor long term. I'm going to say he's probably going to be right around that. I just think in regards to him with how he runs, I think you're going to see him possibly have like similar production to what he had last year. If the passing game develops and is better, then it might take away from him, but I don't think it's going to take enough away to justify saying, well, you know what, this is somebody that you're going to have to, you could possibly get in like a third round or something like that. Like, absolutely not.
Oh, did he freeze on us? Oh, we
Yeah,
might
I
have
think he
lost Scoop.
froze.
We might have lost Scoop real fast then on all that because I do believe I like Giddens. I like Giddens for this offense, but I think he's similar in a lot of ways to Taylor. So I feel like Giddens is a pure handcuff type of situation. Khalil Herbert is interesting to me in this offense because it feels like they're bringing back that Nyheim Hines role with Herbert, and given the lack of reliable weapons because of the injury. When they're healthy, they are very reliable. But because of the injury history, I feel like at times they might be looking for someone to pop. I wouldn't be surprised if Herbert is like at some point by week 3 or 4, like a waiver wire target here. So I don't think he's going to be drafted in many places, but Herbert's someone to keep an eye on. Like I said, in that past Hines, what's his name now? Hines Miller?
Yeah,
Miller Hines or whatever.
Miller Hines. Yeah, I was just like, Miller Hines, is that a beer? Like,
yeah, it sounds like it's a ketchup flavored beer.
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, I think DJ Giddens is going to be more of that. I think the Giddens is probably going to maybe play more of that Nyheim Hines role.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Sorry about the internet connection. We're having a big storm down here in Florida, so my bad on that. I don't know how well I'm coming in right now, but I'm using my phone hotspot where I'm at. All right, let's move on to the Titans pass catchers. We'll just group these all guys together. Calvin Ridley, of course, Titan. Rossi mentioned earlier. We know we got Tyler Lockett, but then the rest, it's like, which one of these other guys is going to emerge as that third guy? That's going to be the big question for us. And, of course, Chig is always at least somewhat reliable when you need that bye week catch-up. So what do you think about these pass catchers, Titan Rossi?
Yeah, I mean, I think Calvin Ridley, you're going to see similar. Calvin Ridley might even have a better year. I think honestly he'll even have a better year because him and Cam Ward just seem to have an awesome connection already. And you got to think what Calvin Ridley did with the quarterbacks he had to work with last season. I mean, you're talking about Mason Rudolph and Will freaking Levis, the Mayo man. I mean, the most turnovers. Yeah, the most turnovers in the league. I mean, the guy was just, God bless him, but he was just terrible. And Mason Rudolph honestly wasn't much better. So, it's just very inept offense. And for Calvin Ridley to have over 1,000 yards, like, you couldn't really say much more better things about him. I mean, he had a couple of drops here and there, but I think he's going to have a better year. I think they're going to rely on him more. The other guys, I think Lockett could be like that, 400 to 500 yard type of guy. And then they got Van Jefferson. I think he's going to get a few hundred yards. I think he replaces kind of the Nick Westbrook, Akine guy that they had. So I think it's those three guys, really. I mean, the rookies, I'm not buying into it all yet because the Titans are terrible at drafting wide receivers. AKA Treylon Burks.
What do you mean?
So the only thing I'll mention, real quick is Xavier
Gunnar
Restrepo,
Helm.
only because I'm from going for the U, but he's got that
Right,
connection already
yeah.
with Cam. But I looked at their depth chart. He's like one of their fifth, sixth receivers. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's on the team.
I-
But there's a lot of youth there
Yeah.
at the very.
And honestly, dude, I love Restrepo. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. We were there covering it. I love Restrepo. I love what he's about. I think he's going to be a practice squad guy personally. I mean, they might keep him on the active roster. I love the connection that he has. Heck, I hope he does pan out because we need him. But yeah, I love Restrepo too. And he's getting a lot of pub down here in camp. From the media and stuff too.
Nice.
I mean, like I said, it makes sense. They already have a connection. Don't take them long at camp to kind of feel each other out. So that made sense. I saw those headlines too, and I'm like, well, it kind of makes sense that they're already hooking up. LeDuc, any of these pass catchers on the Titans you looking at?
It's really for me just Ridley. Ridley, I think he's a nice wide receiver too, most likely, but with one upside. So yeah, it's really just Ridley here. I'd say, the rookies, Van Jefferson, Tyler Lockett, there's not enough value because I think they're all pretty much right where they should be ADP wise. So there's not much interest there for me outside of Ridley.
Nice. All right, CJ, let's go to these Colts pass catchers while my dogs go crazy over nothing. We got Michael Pittman, Alex Pierce. We know about Josh Downs. He was money, of course, when Flacco was there. And of course, the new and improved Tyler Warren at the tight end position. Talk about some of these guys.
If I'm being honest, from a fantasy perspective, I just don't know because Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson are two very different quarterbacks. The only thing that they have in common is mobility. Mm-hmm. So for me, if you have AR, what does him after his development look like, and how does that affect some of those wide receivers? I want to say it's just like Alec Pierce, for example, last year 800 yards, but also only 32 receptions. So that means that he had big games, and then there were games where he just absolutely disappeared. And there's not enough consistency there. If there's one person that I trust wholeheartedly in this offense, it's going to be Josh Downs, because I think, to me, Josh Downs just gets his, whatever. And I think even with him, it's like, this is a guy that you're taking in more of like a flex spot, at least right now. If for some reason, let's just say you're in a deeper league, let's just say like a 12-man, maybe even like a 14-man, something like that. So ultimately, you could maybe put some stock in Tyler Warren, but even then, it's just like everything with our pass catchers right now is kind of like up in the air because of the quarterback situation. And I'm going to say some of the uncertainty around it.
I like it. Tyler Warren's ranked pretty high, crazy enough. They had him ranked 8th as a tight end, which is saying a lot. So we shall see. And like I said, again, we go back to value. Rookie tight end. Not everyone's looking at the rookie tight end, so it could be somebody could pick up and do some good things for you. LeDuc, will any draft any of these Colts pass catchers?
Yeah, Tyler Warren really is the main guy I wanted to talk about because I actually have him ranked 21st among my tight ends this year so far. So in the strategy I'm mainly going with so far is really zero tight end, if you want to call it that. So Tyler Warren's the exact type of guy that I'm getting in the last few rounds of the drafts, where I'm trying to get 2 or 3 guys depending on the format of the league. So I like the upside of Tyler Warren. We know Colts like athletic tight ends. So Jelani Woods is there as well, but I feel like Tyler Warren has that opportunity to change their whole passing game, and they could push him out wide a bit into the slot, all that. So I like Tyler Warren here. He could change things a lot here for this offense and could be the difference maker to pushing them forward.
And then, of course, don't forget they re-signed Mo Alley Cox as well, so they got a lot of beef on the tight end position, which need a lot of runs too. So, but listen, I mean, if I don't even care about my linebacker, I'm not trying to guard that dude. So I feel you. I'm with it. All right, guys. Well, we kind of blew through that. I hope you guys got everything you need to say in and out of that. I apologize, everyone, we had to blow through, but guess what? It's time to bring this rivalry to a head. And we're going to go mano a mano, Titans Rossi versus CJ, and the fantasy quiz show. Let's get it on.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life.
It's the fantasy quiz show.
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. It's gonna be a long game.
Not going to be a long game tonight because we got Colts and Titans experts in the house. So this is, again, all based on Colts and Titans history. How this will go is I'm going to ask you both a question. I'll have you at first, of course, answer it as quick as possible. The first person that gets one correct will get control of the round. You have 5 answers on each board. If you can finish it out, you win the round. If you make 3 wrong answers, the other guy will get a chance to steal it. We'll just call it a fumble at this point. All right, so let's get it on. Again, all Titans and Colts history. And actually, just to help Titan Rossi out, because this gets confused. We've done this a few times. This goes back to the Houston Oiler days as well. So this is where the Titans. I just let you know because people get confused. They're like, wait, which Colt,
I don't know a bunch of Oilers history. I started following them when they came to Nashville. So, but I know some. We'll see.
It's all good. Sit back, relax, all for good fun anyway. All right, here we go. Top 5 answers on the board. I'm going to give you a layup to start things out. Again, all-time history. I'm looking for the 5 players. We just got to answer one with the most passing yards in team history.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Right.
So
whoever answers first.
Yeah, that gets control of the round, and then now CJ gets I said giving you a leg to start it. All right, CJ, get a chance to close it out now. What other answers do you got?
And that's like now. This is also going back to Baltimore Colts days, right?
Correct. See,
Johnny Unitas.
Johnny Unitas. Number 2 on the list, 39,768. All right, you got 2 answers right and 3 left.
Mark Grinnell.
Mark.
Hold on. I completely.
Grinnell.
You know what? My bad.
I was like, wait, did I just mishear him?
That was
only one strike. Sorry, Mr. Wheel of Fortune. You're all right.
That was awful. Strike that from the record. Delete that. Steve McNair.
Air McNair time. He was number 4 on this list, 27,141. All right, so you got 3 answers right with 1 strike and 2 answers left.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Lucky to make this list. He's number 5, 23,671. So you just missed the number 3 on this list.
And you said this is going back to Houston Oilers? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
I was about to say.
Oh, sorry. I lost my.
That's all right. I can clear it if you. Numero 3 on this list was Warren Moon, and I lost my page. Here we go. 33,865 yards. All right, good job, CJ. 1-0 right now. It's best out of 5. Let's go to question number 2. All right, Titans Rossi, get ready. Here we go. All right, in all times Titans Colts history, I'm looking for the players who have rushed for the most yards.
Chris Johnson.
Eddie George.
Chris Johnson.
Oh man, I thought I beat.
He barely made. he barely made the list. So number 5, 7,965. CJ. All right, CJ, you still got it. Go ahead.
Well, being that my buddy Titans Rossi was done dirty on that one by me, I have to say Eddie George for him. This is for Titans Rossi.
George, we got all right. Andrew can't hear you, so I can hear you though. Andrew or Eddie Eddie
That
George,
is correct.
number one on he's number one on the list. 10,009 yards. And normally, maybe we should change the rules sometime because that was the number one answer. We should have given that Titan Rossi. But good job either way. All right, what else you got?
So we have, and this is both Colts and Titans. Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James. I gotta go back to the list and look. You good now, Drew? I don't know. I can't hear you if that's okay. All right, my bad. So Andrew, I'm sorry, Edgerrin, he's got me all screwed up over here.
Andrew James.
Andrew James is, I can't find the little thing for wrong.
I got it. I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Well, that's a correct. You're back, but Edgerrin James did not make this list, believe it or not. That's incorrect. All right, what else you got? Yes. I know. It's strange but true.
Okay. He's on the list, dude.
He is?
He's number 3.
You were looking at Andrew James.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. There was so much palabbling going on. You are correct. My bad. I was like, wait, what? Wait, I know I put him somewhere. All right, 9,226. He's number 3, as Andrew alluded to. All right, let me shut up now. You got 2 answers to go with no strikes.
Now this might be controversial because we actually weren't in this division, but Colts versus Titans. Oh, this is gonna. You know what? I can't even think of the name. Just gonna go with something else right now. I'm sure this is Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I know that was
not quite there yet, my friend. Not quite there yet. All right, 1 strike, 2 answers left.
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk.
No.
Great year, not long enough with the Colts. All right, 1 strike left. There's 2 answers there. I know Titan Rossi is slobbering to get in there. What do you got?
Jeez. Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell. He is number 3 on this, or number 4, I'm sorry, on this list, 8,574. All right, you got 1 answer left, and you got 1 strike left.
Oh, and I just had it on. Damn, Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
All right, Titans Rossi, you can steal it. Tell me, do you know the number 2 answer on this list?
I was going back between 2 different ones, but I mean it's Derrick Henry. That hasn't been said, right?
Oh,
Henry.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, did he say Henry? Like, he had to say Derrick Henry. I mean, he killed the Colts.
Completely bypassed him altogether.
Money when it matters. Titan Rossi, good job. It's 1-1. Let's go to round number 3. And again, looking at all-time history, I'm looking for the top 5 players who have the most receiving yards. Marvin Harrison. I have
enough, man.
I was looking at the list. Who answered that?
That was CJ.
He got it.
CJ, damn! I was looking at the list; it came out so
He's
fast.
so
Marvin,
fast. I'm like, how did
Listen,
that's why he was on the Wheel of Fortune, bro.
Yeah,
All right, Marvin Harrison, number 1 on this list, 14,580. CJ, you got control. What else you got?
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson? Not on this list. Titans, not Texans.
My gosh. My bad. Okay, so and this is just between Colts. I'm bugging. Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
That is correct.
14,345, right under Marvin Harrison. He's number 2 on this list. What else you got?
Oh, and it's just Colts Titans? Cool.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think of Titans wide receivers. Jeez, that is.
It's hard.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. One of my favorite fantasy players back in the day, 9,691. He's number 3 on this list. All right, you only have 1 strike, 2 answers remaining.
Derek Mason.
Derek Mason, good guess.
Yeah.
But wrong. All right, so you got 1 strike left with 2 answers out there.
And it was their time as a Titan, correct?
Correct. Yep. Not their career, just their time as a Titan.
Or Oilers.
Or Oilers. Thank you. Or a Baltimore Colt.
Shouldn't have gave you that hint, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm
not sure it helped him.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. It really didn't. Because you know what? Now I'm paranoid because of the Derrick Henry one. So now I'm like, is that it? Jeez. I hate this so much because I know it's right there. You know what? Let me just throw some BS out there. Kendall Wright.
Kendall Wright?
Wow.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
It's true.
All right, Titans Rossi, you got a chance to steal it again. There's 2 answers left. They're number 4 and number 5 on the list. Just need 1.
Okay, so one Oilers receiver comes to mind, Drew Hill.
Drew Hill.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Yeah, instead of that song, you're wrong.
Yes.
Let's go to the answers.
Wait. Who was, what did you ask me?
We're at
receiving yards.
Top receiving yards.
In
yes, sir.
Titans, is it Titans and Oilers?
Yes, sir. So the number 4 answer on this list.
Gotcha.
The gotcha. Oh, good. Number 4 on this list is Raymond Berry. Played for the Colts back in the day.
Okay.
9,275. And the Oiler that you missed, the only Oiler on this list was Ernest Gibbons, 7,935 yards. So there you go. CJ, you're up 2-1. Let's get to round number 4. All right, again, all-time history, Colts Titans. Here we go. I am looking for the players who have scored the most touchdowns in team history.
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. That is correct. He's number 1 on this list with 128. And I should clarify, these are scoring touchdowns, not ones that have been thrown in. If they caught him, yes. But I mean,
no quarterbacks, basically.
In other words, thank you. All right, you got number 1. What else you got, CJ?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Like, I ain't missing that one again. Number 3.
No, never again. Never again.
93 on this list. Okay, what else you got?
And you said not passing, but it would just be rushing and receiving between.
It would just be receiving touchdowns, rushing touchdowns.
Eddie George.
Eddie George.
Wow. Okay.
Not on the list. All right, there's 3 answers left. You got 2 strikes remaining.
I had to double check the list on that one.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne?
Reggie Wayne. Number 4 on this list with 82.
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Ooh,
A lot of yards, not a lot of TDs. He's not on this list. All right, so we got 2 answers out there, and you've only got 1 strike left.
Let's go. I'll just go back Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Good guess.
It's really unfair. It's my team.
All right, Titans Rossi, can you lock this up to go to a question number 5? All I need is one of these guys on this list. There's 2 answers remaining, the number 2 and number 5 on this list.
Yeah, got to be Eddie George.
But he'd answered Eddie George already.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll let you pass with that one.
We'll
Okay.
give him a pass.
Dude, I don't know many. I don't know the Colts guys. Like, I don't really know many. I'm trying to think of Colts. It's got to be a Colts because, he already guessed. He guessed Earl Campbell. I thought Earl Campbell would be on that list.
Just so you know, Eddie George would be 6th on this list. Actually, he is 1 under the number 5 guy.
So it can't be a kicker or a quarterback.
No, it's either going to be a running back or receiver. And Earl Campbell is one below Eddie George. So just so you know.
Okay, so Ernest Gibbons.
Ernest Gibbons.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Oh my goodness! All right, so I'll
terrible.
Tell you real quick. Number 2 on this list was old Colts, I guess receiver. I didn't look it up. Lenny Moore, 113
Lenny Moore
touchdowns.
I knew it was a Colts guy.
Number 5 on this list. I'm gonna take CJ. I'm gonna take that Colts fan card away from you. Edgerrin James. You said him earlier. He was number 5 on this list. 75 touchdowns.
I didn't like the way the beginning of that went. Like, I really felt like I had digging the archives. I didn't like the way that you just put me through the mental gymnastics that I had to deal with because I was stressed.
At the end of the day, my friend, though, you are tonight's winner. And unfortunately for you, Titans Rossi, and I know you got to get out of here, but before you go, we got to send you out accordingly. Of course, when you lose on our show, you lose with a parting gift. And here's yours, sir.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Black guy in the stupid.
That's crazy.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Great game. Go ahead, brother.
Right.
Sorry, what you say?
No, I was gonna say at least it wasn't a mashup of like Will Levis last season or something. That's
Oh,
that's what I thought it was gonna be.
We might need to customize them each show next year.
I'm starting to feel that because someone brought that up on a couple of shows back. So I'm like, we're gonna have to start doing that.
Right.
All right, man. I know you got to get out of here, Titans Rossi. So let everyone know where they can follow, subscribe, and get all your great content before you head out.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. This was a lot of fun, man. I wish I wasn't rushed with time, but thank y'all so much. And follow us, the Titan Upload Network. Me and Mark and Mike were over there putting out Titans content pretty much every day, and we've been doing it for 6 years now. We are the most followed Titans YouTube channel out there, and we put a lot of work into it. Love the team, super fanatics. We're all about the fans too. So come check us out over there. Even if you're not a Titans fan, we do other content too. So thank you guys so much for having me on tonight.
No, thanks for coming, man. It was a great pleasure. Good luck, of course, to the Titans this year. Do me a favor, reach out on social media to me as well, and I'll get you connected with Ben Troop if he can get on with you guys and talk some old Titan stuff.
Oh,
so,
that would be awesome, dude. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely
shout
make
out
that
to
happen.
you too, CJ.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good. It was fun today. Thanks so much. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. See you guys later.
Thank you, Titans Ross. Appreciate you. CJ, we're telling everybody where they can follow, subscribe, get all your great content, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me on Twitter at CJ Colts fan. You can find me on Tuesdays with my boys Pat and Clyde on the Sick Network, Sick Podcast Anvil Show. Every Tuesday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:15 Central, of course. And then, being that the season is about to recommence, you can actually find us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm actually going to be out at training camp this weekend, so this way we're going to be covering, hopefully getting some more interviews in, and yeah. So outside of that, follow the podcast at Sick Pod Colts, and that's where you can find us. And yeah, so just come on through.
Sick Pod Colts. Make sure you go follow, subscribe, get all his great content. More than welcome to stick around, CJ, because we're about to play our boy Brian Scott. He's our injury expert. We usually play this intermittently in the show, but I knew Titans Rossi was up with it. So while we do it, let's hear about the Colts percent to the bench.
The Percent to Bench from the Injured List podcast. Brought to you by Fast Draft Fantasy and NeuroGuard Plus Mouth Guards.
What is up? It is time for your Indianapolis Colts. Here we go. Anthony Richardson, quarterback position. We're giving him a 20% score to the bench, and that's being very generous. Let's not forget he's returning from a 2023 injury to that shoulder that required AC joint separation. He missed 6 games actually in total last season as he came back from that injury. 4 due to shoulder rehab, 2 due to benching in favor of Joe Flacco late in the season. He was sidelined early in camp due to recurring AC joint soreness in that shoulder. Uncertain as to whether or not this was a new injury. All reports say it was just some chronic inflammation in there, but I'm always very hesitant to give him a full thumbs up with coming off that injury and reconstructive surgery. 20% score to the bench for Anthony Richardson. Keep an eye on him. Jonathan Taylor, we're giving him a 20% score to the bench as well. Last season, he had a high ankle sprain in week 4, missed week 5, but he has a history of ankle injuries dating back several years in his career now. And even though he's coming into camp healthy with no injuries reported, we're giving him that 20% score. And then Michael Pittman Jr. at the wide receiver position, we're giving him a 15% score to the bench. He played in 16 of 17 games last season, missed week 10 due to some type of low back injury, played through a lot of pain and managed it with limited participations in practice throughout the year. In 2025 camp, he had a groin injury. He's currently day-to-day, has been doing some workouts, but his status for first preseason game is in question, and I think that's probably a wise move. He's got a 15% score to the bench. That's your Indianapolis Colts. Back to you, Commissioner Cooper.
Brian's searching for that off button. Thank you, Brian Scott. We appreciate you on the Colts. Let's hear one more time for the Titans.
The Percent to Bench from the Injured List podcast. Brought to you by Fast Draft Fantasy and NeuroGuard Plus Mouth Guards.
All right, we're going over to Tennessee, and let's get to our first player, Tony Pollard at the running back position. We're going to give him a 15% score to the bench. Last season, during weeks 15 through 17, he dealt the lingering ankle issue that caused him to miss the final regular season game. Keep in mind, he has a history of an ankle fracture dislocation a few years ago while in Dallas that caused him to miss some time during the regular season and have surgery. But despite that, he seems to have made a full recovery. We're giving him a 15% score to the bench. Tyler Lockett at the wide receiver position. He dealt with some thigh and knee discomfort early in the season last year and appeared on the injury report in week 7, but he didn't miss any regular season games. And aside from a leg fracture in 2016 that resulted in season-ending surgery, ever since he's been a model of physical health and durability. We're giving him a 10% score to the bench. And Calvin Ridley, another wide receiver, we're giving him a 10% score to the bench. He had some limited practices early in the season last year, but did not miss any regular season games. He played in all 17. He comes into camp fully healthy, although a few days ago he did start developing muscle cramps in his legs. However, he's expected to recover. They're giving him a few days to acclimate and rest, which I don't anticipate as being a problem heading into the season. Once again, he's getting a 10% score to the bench. That's your Tennessee Titans. Back to you, Commissioner Cooper.
All right, my friend CJ, thank you once again for joining us tonight. Good luck, of course, to your Colts. It was a lot of fun. Congrats on your win as well tonight. That was nice. All right, guys, stick and stay here because on Friday, we're still in the AFC South. We're going to be talking some Jags and Texans. So we'll see how that rolls out. But we appreciate all of you joining us tonight. Appreciate you guys in the stream and your comments, which were none. We appreciate all of you. But we appreciate all of you, and we are out.